The Studio is a new Apple TV Plus series starring Seth Rogen. So today, let's see if it's worth your time. Matt Remick is the newly appointed head of Continental Studios. Desperate for celebrity approval, he and his executive team at the movie studio must juggle corporate demands with creative ambitions as they try to keep movies alive and relevant. I enjoy movies and shows that are about making movies and shows. It's that nice insight into how movies and shows are created, the struggles with it all, the ambition, dealing with corporate demands, and Seth Rogen teaming up with Evan Goldberg. They are able to bring a comedic sense to it, but it's very interesting to see how Seth Rogen, who plays Matt, is now the head of Continental Studios, and how he wants to create these art house films, but corporate wants to make movies that will make them a lot of money. Bryan Cranston references Barbie and how much money they made. So in their turn, they're going to make a Kool-Aid Man film. And so throughout these 10 episodes, it doesn't focus solely on the Kool-Aid Man movie. There is a lot of things that Matt has to go through to get approval, and dealing with demands and the ins and outs of Hollywood and this movie studio. This has a great cast behind it. Seth Rogen leading this series. We also have Catherine Hahn, Catherine O'Hara, Bryan Cranston within this series, and so many cameos of people playing themselves. Zac Efron, Anthony Mackie, Martin Scorsese, Ron Howard. And it's so cool to see these cameos throughout this series as they do play themselves, and a lot of it is poking fun at themselves and their position in Hollywood and movies or shows that they are currently working on. They have something important to say, but they also play it up as a comedic value, and it's just kind of a playful way to introduce a lot of different celebrities within this series. But the direction is able to match its storyline, and throughout these 10 episodes you have a lot of chaos that goes on behind scenes as movies are being filmed, and Matt is trying to sign deals with films, trying to run events at Comic Cons. The series is constantly running. Throughout the series, you have this nice smooth jazz score that elevates the chaotic conversations between characters as deadlines are approaching. They're afraid of people having different opinions about movies and shows, trying to get things off the ground and running. The episodes feel like they are moving fast, and the score, the snappy dialogue between characters, it's able to match that beat and able to just kind of move quickly with it all. And Matt is under pressure constantly. He wants to create these art house films, and people want him to push that Kool-Aid Man film, and he's trying to spin it in a different way for Martin Scorsese, or trying to pin it as a very artistic film, and it just doesn't work for a Kool-Aid Man movie. But you can tell that he's incredibly stressed throughout this series, and Seth Rogen is really good in here. Yes, he's able to bring that comedic style to the series that we know for Seth Rogen, but you honestly feel his love for movies within this series. He's very ambitious throughout. He wants that approval, and he wants to create movies, and he wants to be involved with a lot of movies. That drive is within the series, and Seth Rogen is really good in here. I love Catherine Hahn in here as well. She is in love with Gen Z slang. She's constantly trying to be up to date with today's society. Ike Barinholtz is also a lot of fun. But the best part of it all is behind the scenes look about how films are made, having directors sign on to a film, having their opinion about it all. If you as producers don't like a certain thing about the film, how are you going to tell the director and the cast involved? Running an event at Comic-Con, wanting to be on set for a film, that all happens within this series, and at times it's a bit chaotic, as we can tell that Seth Rogen's incredibly stressed throughout the series, and he's causing a bunch of mishaps along the way. But it's how the series is able to develop its love of film and show how things are created behind the scenes. That's what I found to be the most interesting about the show. Everything else is really great, from the performances to the cameos to the comedy to the chaotic quick editing and pacing throughout, long takes of characters interacting with each other, moving throughout Continental Studios. There are a couple episodes that feel like there are a little bit of a filler for these 10 episodes, but there is enough momentum to build that Kool-Aid Man film and getting everybody involved and looking at maybe some controversy for the film as well. It's a really interesting take on Hollywood and how movies are created, but also poking fun at a lot of things. These cameos come in realizing that, hey, they're going to make fun of award shows and how movies are made, and possibly myself as well. So these actors and actresses that get involved in the series, they know what they're getting into. They worked with Seth Rogen before, and they're just all on board, and that just makes it for so much more fun. I highly recommend checking out The Studio on Apple TV Plus. Apple TV Plus content is great. Currently, it's one of my favorite shows of the year so far. They are currently just losing a bunch of money every year, but their content is top notch, and I highly recommend checking out The Studio. I'm gonna go ahead and give The Studio an A-. Thank you guys for checking my review for The Studio, the new Seth Rogen Apple TV Plus comedy series. Have you guys seen it by chance? What do you think about it? Let me know in the comment section down below, and stay tuned for more up and coming content like this. My name is Just Watches Movies, and you guys stay classy, YouTube.